Is up, my friends? We are back for another CGC pre-screen 9.8 comic book haul. I received this, I want to say Monday of last week, and I cannot put these books away until I share them with my YouTube fam. This is where it all started, so you get these guys first. You see them before the Instagram family, which gets them when, multiple comic Mondays, top variant Tuesdays, top variant Thursdays, full run Fridays, and things of the sorts. First appearance Fridays. So I like to share these with you first. This is a submission of 32 books, all Marvel, and all with Marvel custom labels. So while I sent in 32 books, I should note I did not get all 32 back. Not all of them met the 9.8 standard, but I did get back 25, which I'm really excited about. So this all started from me wanting to send in one book for a custom label, but I'm always nervous about receiving anything under a 9.8 because that's just the way I am. So I always figure it's better to send in multiple and then be able to get that pre-screening done. So I'm a happy camper because I really, while I'll take, lower grades, that's not really where my interests lie, especially since I collect mostly modern books. So they should be, all things considered, fairly high grades, especially since I'm picking them up off the shelf myself more often than not. But this is fun. That book that started this whole process is the last book, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'm really excited about it. I think, the ones that I didn't get graded at 9.8, just having that one done is a win for me because that's where it all started. I also wanted to shout out everyone who reached out in the comments on the last video. You guys have become fam, friends, all that good stuff, starting from nothing, and we have had a great journey together, and I'm always excited to meet new folks, which I do pretty much every video I post. So it's always great to hear from you guys, so please keep it coming, and I love to hear what you're up to, what you're reading, and things of that nature. I also have to say what I missed saying the last video was I have been playing a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Add that to the list of things I do other than post videos, which is, I'm in school now, and that type of stuff, work is picked up for me. But at night, if I can, I'm online with my buddies, and we are going at it. And, I got my, the sticks are right here at all times, ready to go for me. This was my main controller of choice. I really like that color scheme. But I also have been playing a lot of Nintendo Switch, Civilization. I got Pokemon, Let's Go Eevee, because I'm an OG Pokemon fan. I was there in the beginning buying Pokemon cards with my little job money back when I was barely old enough to work. But really cool times there, so I play a lot of Civilization and Let's Go Eevee on there. Mario Kart, of course, but me and my fiance were able to snag some at retail price, Switches, when they came back in stock, so we did not have to pay those astronomical prices that were and are still being sought after. So with that said, let's get into the haul, and we'll have some fun. Like I said, these are all custom label 9.8s, 25 out of 32. This is a very Venom heavy haul, so if you're a Venom fan, you're going to enjoy this. So let's have some fun. First, we're starting with Return of Wolverine, issue number 1, second printing, and this is the Error edition. That was a really cool cover. I lucked up on 2 copies just because I loved the cover, and they ended up both being the Error prints. So this is manufactured with 2 pages replaced from Dr. Aphra, issue number 25, which is really cool. Those Error prints don't come around often, so when you can snag them, snag them. So 2 copies of that beauty right there. I got that great Wolverine in the custom label. Got the claw marks coming through the 9.8, or in the background of the 9.8, and claw marks in the blue label there. Cool back cover as well. Those watches look really sweet one may have to happen at some point. I don't wear watches too often anymore. Never really sure what day it is. Next up, we have Venom, issue number 3, third printing with the Venom label. Great book, taking off, a lot of excitement around it. Null there, front and center, looking glorious as ever, looking in control. Really cool cover there. And I actually have 2 that I'm really excited about. Both of those being graded at a 9.8, looking stunning. Let's turn it around there. Of course, this is the first full appearance of Null. I think we all know that by now, after all the excitement that has been generated around that book. Venom is an awesome read if you haven't read it, if you're into that type of stuff. I downloaded volumes 1 through 4, although I did read the single issues up to a certain point. I just wanted to grab them all, so I didn't have to go through the collection, and I knocked them out, and it was a fantastic time. I really love that story. So I got a few issues to catch up on to get up to issue number 25, but I'm enjoying the read so far. As many people are, I'm sure. Got another Wolverine label here for you. Marvel Comics presents issue number 5. This is the first cameo appearance of Rain, Wolverine's daughter. I thought it'd be cool to get a couple Wolverines done. My goal was to get, they have 6 labels at the current time, or at least when I submitted, and I wanted to get all 6 characters. So I had to start finding books that I could send in and still hit that requirement of sending at least 25 books in to be able to pre-screen for 9.8. So it was a fun time going through the collection, trying to find stuff. Speaking of, we got another character popping up here, Absolute Carnage. This is issue number 25, and it's the local comic shop day edition. That is a beautiful cover there. I was there on local comic shop day, snagged this baby. Was really excited to have it. This is a beautiful cover, and the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that Carnage label. So really excited about that one. Also has a little neat touch, extra touch there, where the label goes from blue to black, which doesn't happen on the others. Just a nice little addition. One of the holy grails of comic collecting. This is the closest I'm going to get to this. Yeah, fun times. Giant Size X-Men Facsimile Edition number 1. Looking amazing. I'm extremely happy with this one. I have 2 copies, I believe. I think there's another one just right above in my cabinet here, just hanging out. So I may have to take it out and give it a read. So if I'm being honest, I have not read this. As bad as that might be to say, just being honest with you, I have not read it. But it looks great with the X-Men label on there in all its glory. They match so perfectly. You know, when you're thinking about what to send in for X-Men, the fact that we have these available now, it just kind of is a perfect fit. Next we have Avengers 684, and this is a beautiful cover. No Surrender and No Road Home are 2 of my favorite runs of all times. So I was picking those up as they were coming out. They were actually on my pull, so I didn't have to do any hunting around for this book. It was already available to me. I did have to hunt down, however, the Scotty Young variant, and I sent it in, and it didn't meet the standard. So it was sent back to me, of course, but I think I might try again. Maybe with some pressing, I can get that to cut the mustard. Great Hulk label up there in all his glory. Back cover. And this issue is Hulk gains new powers and becomes Immortal Hulk. I should say that issue is where that stuff happens. Also, we have Incredible Hulk Facsimile Edition, issue number 181. Another one of those books where this is as close as I'm going to get. And I have one more like that in this submission, which is really cool. I couldn't be happier. And again, I have another copy of this, which I will be reading at some point, because again, I have not read this. And it's one of those things, I guess now with, the ability to download books, there's kind of no excuse to not have read these grails. Next we have Avengers 682, and this is the Mark Brooks variant cover. I want to say this was the secret cover, but it doesn't say that. And that has the Hulk on it as well, and this is significant because this is the first reference to Hulk as the Immortal Hulk, which is why I got that Hulk label. Great cover. Amazing Fantasy Facsimile Edition number 15 in all its glory. Again, as close as I'm going to get to it anytime soon. I got that beautiful New York City Spider-Man logo at the top there, looking great. And again, I have not read Amazing Fantasy 15 either, which I am a little embarrassed to say, but it is what it is. Honesty is the best policy, right? Great cover. Great label. Really glad they did those facsimiles, giving, some of us the opportunity to own a cover, or that copy with that cover. Those iconic covers, I should say. Next we have Venom issue number 6. This is a book I searched high and low for because it is one of my favorite Venom covers, if not my favorite, the favorite of all Venom covers. I have a True Believers copy, which is what I found first, and I almost gave up the search thinking that was all I had, but this one was hiding in the wings, and I found it and threw it in the pile so quick it wasn't funny. This is just a really cool cover to me, and I'm happy to have it with that Venom label at the top. Another Venom issue number 9. This is first full appearance of Dylan Brock. Really cool cover there. Again, loving the story. Donna Cates does a great job. Donna Cates. Very intriguing read. Another Venom for you. Issue number 11. This is the Gibbons variant cover. And this is that Watchmen number 1 homage cover. Really cool cover there. This is also the origin of Dylan. So there's that. Captain Marvel on the back. Venom issue number 2, second printing. Got this one because it has my buddy Miles on the cover. Looking awesome as ever. My apologies for the glare. Venom number 4, second printing. I saw somewhere that this was the first cover of the Null Avatar. So that's cool. When I originally sent it in, I got it because Miles was on the cover. So it has that extra bit of something to it. I really wish that more issues or more slabs had the keynotes, but I'm sure it's hard to keep up. I've made mention to CGC about that once, because that's part of the coolness of having things graded. You have that extra bit of information on there. But like I said, I've reached out to them about that, so hopefully it gets a little better in the future. But I definitely understand why it isn't done all the time. Venom number 3, second printing. This is, as we know, first full appearance of Null. Not a cover that I hear much about, that gets much attention, but I really enjoy it. And again, it has my guy Miles on it. Or everybody's guy as of late, as those books have taken off. It's been really cool to see, just on the periphery, because I have a lot of those books already, as Miles was my first, true collecting situation I got into. I snatched up all the books I could find in my area, and that's four shops, 3 actual comic book shops, and then Second and Charles, which kind of dabbles in comics. So I'm only missing a few, and I put the order in for those last night. It's because I went through my stash just to see what I had, just to kind of refresh my mind, and I have mostly everything, or I should say everything I want. Variants here and there, but at least the stories, I have at least one copy of those A covers for each volume. So next up we have Immortal Hulk issue number 1, the Crane variant cover. Hulk label. This is really interesting because I don't sell books. I don't get into that business of flipping. I really just buy things that I like and hold on to them. I think it's just cool to have, and maybe somewhere down the line I could pass them on to my kids when and if we have some. So that's my thinking there. But for the most part, I buy covers that I enjoy, books that I really love reading, and I kind of just stack up on some covers to ensure my chances of having 9.8s. And whenever I can get multiples, that's even better, because I can display them together and have that kind of situation there. So this is the only book that I bought and sold, and I actually was just the middleman. I bought it for from one shop to give to a person who was looking for it, and I was just really the middleman. But that's the only time I've really gotten to exchanging money for a book. So I just thought that was interesting to add. I actually got 2 of these bad boys graded 9.8. Again, sorry for the glare. You'll see these at some point on Instagram in all their splendor. Moving on, next is Venom issue number 7. Secret variant cover, and this is the first cameo appearance of Dylan, who is Eddie's son, for those that don't know. Really cool, popular cover. And the only one, and I almost forgot to mention, that I messed up on while I was filling out the submission form. So this got the Hulk label instead of the Venom label, but I'm not mad at it. I feel no need to send it in to have that adjusted. It's just a cool error that I made, and I think I'm going to live with it. I'm sure they probably read the form a few times just to see if if it was correct, and probably didn't even think twice about it, maybe. But really cool there. And I'm excited to have it. Venom issue number 24. I told you there was a lot of Venom in here. And this is the reveal of Dylan's powers, which was really cool to see play out in the story. Got another Carnage for you. This is Absolute Carnage issue number 1. This is the premiere edition, and this is a partial sketch cover. which is really cool. I love sketch covers. I love party sketch variants. I try to grab them all. I might have most of them that came out within the last 2 years, with barring, you know, 1 or 2, but I didn't miss many. Cool cover, Carnage front and center, and that label looking great. This one was sent to me by my buddy, the Comic Otaku, some time ago. And I told him that one day I would have this graded, and I did not fall short on that promise. Took me a while, but I finally got it done and decided to add the Spider-Man label to it. So this is the Campbell variant, and this is the New Mutants 98 homage cover. The Amazing Spider-Man #1, my friends. Thank you again, my brother, for sending that to me. He sent out a few of these, I believe, and I just happened to be one of the recipients because he's awesome like that. Great cover. And also, the back is really nice as well. And the label really does that back cover justice. They complement each other well. Almost to the end here, friends. Second to the last, we have Thanos number 15. This is Comic Ghost Rider revealed to be, I won't say who in case you haven't read it. Although it's been some time now. But really cool cover. And I decided to have the Hulk label placed on that bad boy. Promotion for X-Men Red #1. And last but not least, the book that started all this drama. I'm really excited to have. Probably comes out of left field for many people, but I believe that the cover of the book complemented the label very well. So I wanted to pair the two, and I wanted to increase my chances of ensuring I had a 9.8, because if it's a 9.6 or 9.4, it's kind of like, it's cool, but I'm just kind of about it at a certain point. Just me, though. And again, that's only because a lot of this stuff is modern, so it shouldn't be damaged. I don't really play with the books once I bring them home or anything. And that's Deadpool issue #1, young variant. And here it is. 9.9, please. So there you have it. Last book of the haul. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a longer ride than usual, but I had fun. I hope you laughed and had a good time just checking out the books I got. And thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch. So with that said, get back out there, my friends, and grab those